Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 6 in the ESV for June the 6th, 2023. Man, year is flying by. My son, if you put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you're snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, and save yourself, for you've come into the hand of your neighbor. Go, hasten, and plead urgently with your neighbor. Give your eyes no sleep, and your eyelids no slumber. Save yourself, like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes about with crooked speech. He winks with his eyes, he signals with his feet, he points with his fingers. With perverted heart he devises evil, continually sowing discord. Therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment he will be broken beyond healing. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. My son, keep your father's commandment, and forsake not your mother's teaching. Bind them on your heart always, tie them around your neck. When you walk, they'll lead you. When you lie down, they'll watch over you. And when you awake, they'll talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching a light, and the reproofs of discipline are the way of life, to preserve you from the evil woman, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you with her eyelashes. For the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. Can a man carry fire next to his chest and his clothes not be burned? Or can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife. None who touches her will go unpunished. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his appetite when he's hungry, but if he's caught, he'll pay 7-fold. He'll give all the goods of his house. He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself. He will get wounds and dishonor, and his disgrace will not be wiped away. For jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation. He will refuse, though you multiply gifts. Sorry, tripping over my tongue today. Slow day, so thought, since waiting for some work right now, trying to see what I can get instead of heading home, I'll go ahead and make my recordings. Sorry, interrupted sleep was trying to suppress a yawn, so I'm sure I just put on a weird face. This is all me today, 6 through I don't know, at least 11, at least this little chunk. I just wanted to sleep. I don't sleep well. So when I do sleep, I don't sleep well. That's when I sleep, which is a narrow window. I was trying to figure out how to phrase that. And then if that sleep gets broken, that's no good. And then getting up unexpectedly early or late will mess you up. So set all my alarms. Gonna get up, hopefully beat my alarms because I've been working on my routine. Get up and had the Home Alone moment. Honey, we slept in. So I actually hadn't, but the phone was dead. It was just a little bit bright outside. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's noon. I missed my delivery. But no, it was still somewhere in the 9s. So it was all good. It was time to get up. But man, my gut response is I'm going to set the other alarm and I'm going to get a little bit more sleep. But no, you know, I got kiddos to take care of. So I chose to make some coffee. Cheers. Although being sick will knock down your appetite and desire for coffee. So, get real sick and you don't even notice the caffeine withdrawal for a couple days. But it's like a little folding of the hands, a little sleep, a little slumber. But at the same time, I got to get out the door. And even then, I was just on time. I was a couple of minutes late, but I was all right. Getting to pick up the order, but also I had to feed everybody. And I had to do a couple things before I left, stuff like that. So I just got to do what I got to do. I don't know how to put it. I'm sorry I'm rambling, but it's like the ant thing always strikes me, where it's just like they just do their thing. They do it non-stop, in almost all conditions until the job's done or the season's done, until the now I'm gonna mess it up. The Carnos. It's not Chronos. The other time that we use, and I wasn't even aware of that in a lot of verses, we talk about time, but it's not like the Chronos ticking of the clock time. That wasn't present for a lot of ancient conceptualization. We're talking about like the fullness, the ripeness of time. When conditions are correct, then things happen. So that's what I was getting at with like season changing. For us, it's kind of like, solstice, equinox, and those are handy markers, and probably part of what the animals can sense. But it's like they kind of know, like, okay, things have changed. So, trying to dig my way out of poverty and not have robbers and one-armed men take what wealth we have. So, I mean, do you get this verse, the next one, about winks with his eyes, signals with his feet, and points with his fingers, kind of like when you're talking to somebody, and you're looking at them, and I'm like pointing to you where they can't see, like, we're going to get him. We're going to get this guy. So, don't do that. Keep it a buck with everybody. And, I've been struggling lately because there's a couple of people on my heart, and it's like right and wrong is written on all our hearts, right? So somebody hears the gospel has a different accountability from somebody that hasn't heard the gospel. So I guess my question is, are these universal things that we all hate? Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord. Thinking back to a lecture, I've been mulling over this. A lot of my values, I would not directly be able to point to, but I can point to similar values from like Roman, Greek, those kind of values. And those cultures are not... they have a very different conceptualization of morality and what's permissible and an offense and not. And I guess my question is like, so in that case, like, are these... I do this because you can't see the verses. Are these universal? And I would say like 4 out of 7. Would the Romans, for instance, be okay with this? And then, like, there are cultures that have valued deception. So these are things that the Lord hates, and we need to be in line with Him. Okay? So for us and our post-Christian society, meaning like the spread of Christianity, we take a lot of things for granted, including like choice in our society. And I think I've ranted about that for a couple of days now. But in this case, like, taking these things for granted, right? I think the one right now, hands that shed innocent blood. Ooh, well, what's innocent? What's blood? Bill Clinton, can you tell me what is the meaning of is? I'm in a mood today. So I got to channel this into good meditation on the word and actions today. And if I can't drum up some work here in a little bit, it's time to go work at home while the kids are at the park. So if nothing else, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, right? It's a nice day, not as hot as it's been. Anytime it's not in the 90s is, I think we're doing okay. So, sorry, Dad. I'm sure it's 100 degrees down there. Go with God and be blessed, everybody.